Shalom. And for those who are curious to know what this means, it means peace. My name is Nathan Lindo, and today I want to briefly discuss about 4 powerful attributes of Jesus, Yahushua in the Hebrew. He is our Mashiach and our Redeemer. When we study his life, we don't just see miracles or power. In fact, we see the perfect example of how we are called to walk in truth and righteousness. So, let's talk about 4 attributes that reveals who he really is. Okay guys, so let's talk about his first attribute. And this is love and compassion. Jesus' love was shown through his mercy towards the poor, towards those who are sick, yes, and even those who persecuted him. In John 15:13, it says, "Greater love has no man than this, that a man may lay down his life for his brethren." Now, throughout the life of Jesus, this is how he would have expressed himself towards those who were around him. And today, we are expected to express ourselves the very same way, giving love towards others that we might not get in return. Think about that for a little bit. His second attribute, humility. Now, even though he was the Son of the Most High, Yahushua, or Jesus Christ, he served others and walked in meekness. Right? So, in the book of John, it paints a picture where Christ was washing the disciples' feet. And his disciple, knowingly Peter, expressed himself saying, "No, you should not wash my feet." Now, Christ had to give this example. It was necessary. He said, "Peter, if I don't wash your feet, you have no part with me." Now, think about it. The King of the universe, the ruler of the earth, put himself in a servant's position by washing his disciples' feet. This was the perfect example. So, if he puts himself in a servant position by serving his servants, how much more should we serve our brothers or our brethren? So, let's follow this example, which is indeed a perfect example, by walking according to his ways, by serving each other. Let's talk about his third attribute, obedience to Yahweh. Some persons are used to the term God, which really it's just a title. His name is Yahweh, or some persons might say Yahuwah. Jesus Christ submitted perfectly to the will of the Father, even when it meant suffering. In John 6:38, it says, "For I came down from heaven not to do my own will, but the will of him who sent me." Jesus came to earth to execute the will of the Father. Right? Indeed, not to go off topic, indeed, he executed so well, we now have a perfect hope. And that is the reason why we live as hopeful people. He experienced suffering, he experienced pain, just as we experience in our fleshly bodies. So he did face hard and challenging times. Many a times he prayed and asked, "May this cup pass from me." But what he ended all his sentence with, or statements, "If it is your will." So he executed all the plans of the Father through perfect obedience. Let's talk about his fourth attribute, wisdom. Christ spoke with divine understanding that amazed both teachers and rulers. Yes, he was that good. In Matthew 13:54, it says, "Whence has this man this wisdom and these mighty works?" They were completely amazed. In his speech, in his action, he was just divine, full of knowledge and understanding. Now, the point what I want to make is he never gave himself credit for what he did. He always says, "I came to do the Father's will. Anything that I do is of the Father." So all that knowledge and understanding that he had or he has was from the divine, the Father. So in humbleness and in meekness, he made it clear where his source of power came from. Not of another, but of the Father. And what we should take from this is to be careful not to take any form of glory for ourselves, but to give the glory unto Christ, unto the Father through his Son. Okay, so that closes Christ's attributes, and there is many more about Christ. However, that's it for today.